Hey, welcome back to another great episode of Dad's Garage. I don't think you guys got to really meet him last time. This is Cream. This is the family herding dog here. Uh, welcome back. Hey, I want to just say thank you to everybody who watched the first episode. We were talking about participation trophies in schools and fundraisers was the kind of like the hit topic of it. I just want to thank you for all the listens, all the likes, the shares. Appreciate everybody. I'm glad everybody really liked the topic. Just remember, it's my opinion. I think a lot of people agreed with it. But actually, the cool thing about it was I think some of the people at the school maybe listened to it or watched it because some of their demeanors about things changed a little bit. So that's cool. But you know what? It's a sunny 33 degrees right now in my small town here called the country. It's going to be a good day. I got a topic that is everybody's topic right now. Okay, so it's November. It's almost Thanksgiving. And it irritates the crap out of me that this is the month that we all go, I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for that. That means you spend 11 other months with no gratitude for the things that you have. And it's like a scale, man. You got to weigh gratitude versus thankfulness. You can't have thankfulness without gratitude, and you can't have gratitude without being thankful. But I think that we take for granted the things that we have all year long, and we just all of a sudden during Thanksgiving say, oh, we're going to make a list of the stuff that we're thankful for and stuff. A lot of people do it. I mean, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, everybody's going to start anytime. They've already started a little bit, but going to start saying, oh, I'm thankful for this, my cats, my dogs, my job, whatever. Honestly, I think we're always grateful for that. And you need to outwardly express that all year long, not just during Thanksgiving time, November. And as parents, we've got to teach our kids that, and it can be hard. Because if you buy too many toys or you take your kid out too many times, they're not going to be thankful or they're not going to show the gratitude for those things. Because when they don't have them, they'll be upset and they won't understand that these things that they were taking for granted are not requirements in life. It's very easy to become ungrateful for the things that other people don't have. My children kind of go through this. We go through an up and down, but I think we've taught them reasonably, maybe not with toys, but reasonably well, that we can't always go out to eat. We can't always go to the trampoline park or whatever it may be. We can't do these things. We just don't have the money for it. So I try to teach them to be thankful for when we do get to, but still have the gratitude that you're not going to be spoiled when you don't get to go to them, because there are people who've never gone to them, people that don't have these things. And I try to teach my kids not to be thankful 1 month of the year for the entire year's worth of things. I don't know exactly how to express that to my children when it comes to things like toys. My children used to heavily, every time we went to the store, oh, I want to go get a toy. When they were little, I think all of us dads, maybe some moms, are guilty of it. Yeah, let's go to the toy aisle, $5 a toy, I got 6 kids. That's a lot of toys. But we used to do it. And now as they're growing up, my oldest 2 are 10 this year. As they're growing up, it's like, we got to teach them that, no, you're not going to get these things every time you go somewhere. You're not going to get these. And if we had started a little bit younger saying, hey, look, birthdays and Christmas, that's the special times. That's when we get these things. You know why? I know every dad out here watching this knows why. I'll give you 3 seconds. Why is it a bad idea to buy things all year long? I'll give you a second. Write that down in the comments. You don't even got to pause the video. I'll wait on you. The comments. You know why it's a bad thing? Because then they are ungrateful for what they do have. And mind you, I try to teach my children this, but we have 6 kids. There's a playroom, and then the bedrooms, they all have toy boxes. They still have unopened toys from last Christmas. They were highly ungrateful. They were grateful at the time they got them, but they don't understand to be thankful that they have those things. And they want to go get on video games or just completely ignore these things. And then yet here it is almost Christmas. And what are they doing? They're asking for more toys. We told them this year, no, we're not doing that. You have to be thankful for what you have. And then you're going to show gratitude for what you have all year long, because other people don't. You don't always have this. And in life, you got to be taught as you grow up that you have to earn these things that you get, and you have to be grateful for them, because let me, from a dad to the rest of the dads, any moms watching, it's hard to have what we have nowadays. If I was raised having whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, I wouldn't be able to handle it in this world. I promise you. And I could only say thank you to my parents for not raising me that way. I lost things because of my own actions a lot. And we do that with our children. But as a parent, it can be really hard because you want your kid to have everything. You have to back up and remember that you got to be able to teach them gratitude. Gratitude is more than just, a baseline thankfulness. You know, I'm grateful for quite a few things that I think that in the past I've taken for granted. It's the little things that we need to show gratitude for. Whether it's, let's say, okay, dads, this is the part for you. We know that we're grateful for what moms do. We know that we're grateful for them when they clean up after dinner, when they cook dinner, when they make food, when they take the kids out to somewhere. We know that we're thankful for it. But showing our gratitude for the little things means a lot. It means a lot to them, and it should mean a lot to you. You need to teach that gratitude to your children so they are also thankful for their moms. And I mean, this goes vice versa. If you're a single dad, you need to teach that gratitude so they're thankful for you. If you're a single mom, you need to teach that gratitude. I'm a dad, and it's my opinion. I'm going to kind of target dads. But it's extremely easy to just be thankful for something. But I think getting all the way down to gratitude is a little bit harder. And it starts with us. We have to be thankful for those mornings that the kids come and give us a hug. We have to show our gratitude for the little things in life so that they can learn from us and do the same thing. I think it's very easy. If you think about what you may take for granted in life, there's the cliche things. Oh, I'm taking for granted that I can walk today. Take it for granted that I can breathe today. Because there's people that don't. You can wake up tomorrow and not have these things. So when you go and complain about the mundane things of life that everyone complains about, and then we all get behind the wheel going, hey, complaining doesn't do anything. You're right. So be thankful for what you have, because it's not guaranteed. And you need to teach your children that. I try. I'm not the best at this. I'm not. Because my love language is gratification. I want to show other people always that I'm thankful for them. I tell people nonstop, thank you. And in the comments, I know my family watches this. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I try to be as thankful as possible to everybody. And I want my children to grow up that way, because these people around you, the things around you, are not given. You cannot take them for granted, because they can go away as quick as that. They can be gone. So if you take them for granted and you're like, oh, these things are just always going to happen around me because they just happen, and you take them for granted, and then all of a sudden they're not there, it's a shock. It's a shell shock. So if your kids grow up thinking that laundry, dishes, food, everything like that, let's say you say you're a hovering parent and you do all of that stuff till they're 18. They're going to grow up taking that for granted and not be thankful for it, other than outwardly thankful. Yes, we say thank you at dinner time. We say thank you, Mom, thank you, Dad, thank you, Grandma, thank you, honey, for cooking dinner. But you need to show your gratitude for that. It's a bigger difference. It's way bigger to have a wholesome gratitude and actually just say thank you. Gratitude is more or less, in my opinion, the root of expression that you are thankful for the thing. Because it's way too easy to just be grateful for things. It's way too easy, to take things for granted. We all take something for granted, man. And us husbands, we take a lot of things. Us guys, we take a lot of things for granted because we do a lot of things. So we just think the other things that are other people's job to bring to us. And we're taking that for granted because if they're not there tomorrow, it would change everything. I've been in places like that. And nowadays, I think that everyone is trying to be so independent. Even when they're in a relationship, they're not giving their gratitude for those little things because they could do it themselves. So they're like, oh, I could do that. I'm not going to be, I might say thank you, but I could do that if you're gone tomorrow. And that is not the root for a good relationship. I am so thankful for what my fiance, soon to be wife, does for me. I'm absolutely, and even on the days she can't do whatever she was gonna do or whatever she is gonna do, I'm still very thankful because without her, I wouldn't have the opportunity to not do it or to do it myself. I would just have to, and it probably wouldn't get done. It probably wouldn't. So I asked you guys to say what you'd been thankful. What I asked you guys some questions in the beginning of this, and I know that hopefully I'm hitting home with gratitude and thankfulness. But this is Thanksgiving ish era. This is when we say thanks for things. But what I want to do instead, I wanted you to think about something you've taken for granted. And I'm going to start with myself. I think that I have taken for granted. I think I've taken my wife for granted, my fiance for granted, a little bit more than I should. I think I've taken just the things she does for granted at times. I know that I'm thankful for them, but I don't think that I've shown my gratitude the way I should. And that's hard. That's hard because I am an outwardly thankful person. Yeah, there's people out there that aren't outwardly thankful. Somebody watching this video is going to go, "Oh, I don't ever really tell everybody thank you." It's not, it doesn't, it starts with telling people thank you. But gratitude comes in so many different ways, and everyone is different on how they like to receive your gratitude. You got to learn that in a relationship. And you got to learn that with your children. You got to be able to look at your children as they grow up and understand each one's individual way of accepting your gratitude for things, and then teach them, and they've got to learn how to give out gratitude and thankfulness. We take it for granted so much. I mean, you go to Chick-fil-A and you get my pleasure, you get thank you. You go to these places and they say that. It's just become mundane. It's just become something we say, thank you. I don't think everybody means it anymore, because it's so easy in this world that's automated to think, oh, it's going to be there tomorrow. I mean, come on. Until COVID, every store you ever wanted to go to was open all the time. COVID hit, and we really all had to be grateful for what we could still do. And I think that was a little bit of a shell shock that should have lasted longer. It's way too easy to be ungrateful for things. I just don't like this 1 month of the year that we all of a sudden are thankful. But I think that we still need it because we're not outwardly expressing our gratitude enough. And I think as people, if we would outwardly express our gratitude towards our children and teach them how to do that, then this next generation would be way more grateful through the things that they have. Remember, we are just molding the next generation, the generation that's going to lay us to rest. We are teaching them how to handle the world that they're going to build, not us. I know that there's a complaint that our grandparents built the world that we're in now. You're right. But we're changing it for the ones below us. We need to start now because so many people are ungrateful for things, man. The technology does it. Technology is one of the biggest ways to be ungrateful for things. Everything's at your fingertips. Everything, beep, beep, boop, boop. You can buy something, you can order something. You're not grateful for the Amazon delivery that shows up. Hell, you're going to yell at them and argue with them if it's the wrong thing instead of being grateful that someone tried. Someone tried to get you the right product. Someone you didn't even have to talk to. Beep, boop, you push the couple buttons. And we teach our children. Our children are mirrors of us. They are watching us. I try to always keep myself a little bit more thankful for things, have a higher gratitude for things. I think that we all need to. I think 1 month of the year, it's good to say what you're thankful for, but we need to be thinking 11 other months of the year what we're grateful for and what we're taking for granted. I'm not that religious. But God gave everything and he can take everything. I can't do that. You can't do that. No matter what you believe, some other being, some event in the horizon, no matter what you think, some meatball monster, pastafarianism or whatever it is, all of that could be gone tomorrow. And think about that. Not waking up tomorrow isn't the worst problem. Waking up tomorrow without the things around us is a bigger problem. Because if we don't wake up tomorrow, fine. It's other people's problems. But if we wake up tomorrow and everyone around us' problems are gone, we won't know what to do. We need each other. So I want you below in comments, whether you're watching this on a short, a YouTube, a Facebook, if you're watching this if you're listening to this on the radio, through a podcast. We are on Spotify underneath Dad's Garage. If you're listening, leave me a message, leave me a comment. I'm going to put some shorts out based on this. Just let me know what you're grateful, and maybe list something that you've been taking for granted, because it's too easy. I know we're all doing it. And we need to think about what we're taking for granted and go appreciate that person, item, thing, whatever it is. Some of you are taking granted your cars, your children, your family, your work, something. But everything that you have in your life, if it just vanished, Thanos snapped their finger, it's gone, it would make a big difference to you. You know? It wouldn't be that big of a deal if this coffee was gone. But if my dog was, if my kids were, my car was, I don't know what I'd do. And I have to we all have to be thankful for those things. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Dad's Garage. It's been good, and it looks like we're going to make some more. Love you guys. Peace out.